Look more than once, sin more than once. Take away your eyes and save yourself. You're welcome to section 3 of chapter 11 of the Holy Quran. It begins with sign 25. وقد أرسلنا نوحا إلى قومه إني لكم نذير مبين. We sent Nuhu to his people, ila qawmihi, into brackets, with a mission. And he said, Inni lakum nazirun mubinun. He said, I have come to you as a clear warner. Nazirun mubinun clear. C-L-E-A-R. Warner. R-A-W-A-R-N-E-R. Warner. Inni lakum nazirun mubinun. That's what Noah tells his people. An la ta'budu illa Allah. An la ta'budu illa Allah. That you may worship none but God. That you serve none but God. Okay. That you serve none but God. That's a better word than worship. So say our elders. That you serve none but God. Inni ahafu alaykum azabul yomil alim. Inni azabu alaykum azabul yomil alim. Verily, I do fear for you the chastisement of a grievous day, azabun alim. There is a note to that, 1517. 1517. Noah's mission was to a wicked world plunged in sin. Probably they were more wicked than this world today, than this world that we are living in today. Plunged in sin. The mission had a double character, as in the mission of all prophets of God. It had to warn men against evil and call them to repentance, and it had to give them the glad tidings of God's grace in case they turned back to God. It was a guidance and mercy. It was a guidance and mercy. And from the last verse or not, we can see that the Quran is also a guidance and mercy. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is guidance and mercy. And so the other prophets, guidance and mercy. And that was explained, that was part of the explanation of Imam. Okay, guidance and mercy. We go to sign 27. فقال الملأ الذين كفروا من قومه ما نراك إلا بشر مثلنا ما نراك إلا بشر مثلنا. We don't see you as any other than human like us. Mm. Ma naraka illa basharu matlana. We see, into brackets, in thee, nothing but a man like ourselves. Yes. Why? He grew up around them, they know him, he knows you. Then why can you get up now and tell them that? Tell them to worship God, to fear none but God. Hmm? So this is what the people say. We see nothing in you. Other than that, you are just a human being like us. Hmm? La naraka illa bashiru matluna. Wa ma naraka itabu'uka. No, that's it. Well, wama, sorry, wama naraka itabu'uka illa allazina hum ara allazina hum araziluna bi'iznin bi'iznin ra'wi bi'iznin ra'wi. Sorry for bad reading. uh, Nor do we see that any follow thee, but the meanest among us. Wow. Only the meanest among them would follow Nuhu or Noah. No. Nor do we see that any follow thee, but the meanest among us. Mm. Illa allazina hum arzulna badia. Illa allazina hum arzulna badia. Badia arai. Nor do we see that any follow thee, but the meanest among us. Mm. Wama nara lakum alayna, wama nara lakum alayna min fadlin. Bal 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 nazunnunukum kazibina. Nor do we see in you all any merit above us. In fact, we think ye are liars. Nanuzunna kazibina. And sorry, nazunurukum, nazunnukum kazibina, kazibina. In fact, we think ye are liars. Okay, there is 518 for it, 1518 commentary for it. The unbelievers were impelled by three powerful human motives of evil to resist grace. One, jealousy of other men. They said, why, you are no better than ourselves. Comma, brackets close. Half perceiving the prophet's superiority and half ignoring it. Then two, contempt of the weak and lowly, who are often better intellectually, morally, and spiritually, semicolon. They said, we cannot believe or do what these fellows, our inferiors in social rank, believe or do. When the prophets come, the ones arrogant are normally those who are considered higher in social ranking in their community. Okay. And the weaker ones, or the ones who are considered lower, rather listen to the messengers and take their warnings seriously. Three, arrogance and self-sufficiency, which is a vice cognate to two. So the arrogance and uh, self-sufficiency is what number two talked about here. Mm, Point two talked about here. Looked at from a different angle, they said, looked at from a different angle, they said, we are really better than the lot of you. Inverted commas close. Now the claim made on behalf of God's message attacked all these three attitudes. And all they could say against it was to abuse it impatiently and call it a lie. So they came jealousy, and then number two and three, let's call it arrogance. Jealousy, and then arrogance and self-sufficiency. So the first point, they were jealous of him. He was among them. Then the second and third points point to arrogance and jealousy. All right, let's go to sign 28. Kala ya kaume ara'aytum in kuntum ala bayinatin ara'aytum in kuntum ala bayinatin min rabbi. He said, "O my people, see if," into brackets, "if it be that I have a clear sign from my Lord, from my Lord." What is this? From my Lord, and that he hath sent mercy unto me from him. Me Rebbe, from my Lord. وآتاني rahmatan min indahu, and has given me mercy unto you from him. Atana rahmatan indahu. فأميت فأميت عليكم فأميت عليكم أنزلكم ها as أنزلكم sorry أنزمل أنلزمكموها وأنتم لها كارهون. Sorry for bad reading. I have a clear sign from my Lord, and that he hath sent mercy unto me from him, but that the mercy hath come, but that the mercy hath AHATH, but that the mercy had been obscured from your sight, a comma, had been obscured from your sight. Anul zimukumuha wa antum lahum kari. From your sight, shall we compel you to accept it when you were averse to it? Shall we compel you to accept it when ye were averse to it? That is it. Anulzimukumuha wa antum lakum kazihun. Sorry, karihun. When you are averse to it, when you oppose it. I don't think there is any commentary to it. No, there is, but we haven't finished it. Mm. Uh, that the mercy had been obscured from your sight, shall we compel you to accept it when ye are adverse to it? There's commentary to it, 1519. And what does it say? Noah's answer, into brackets, like that of the prophet of God, who spoke in later ages in Mecca and Medina, is a pattern of humility, gentleness, firmness, perseverance, truth, and love for his own people. I love that. Look at these qualities combined. Firmness and yet humility is added to it. Mm? Pattern of humility. Pattern of humility, gentleness, firmness, perseverance, and truth. Mm? Five qualities, if I'm right. Uh, where is it? And truth, comma, and love. Six, and love for his own people. Mm? Family, humility, gentleness, firmness, perseverance, truth, and love for his own people. All these qualities, six qualities combined in the prophet. Mm. First, full stop. First, he meekly, into brackets, not exultingly. He meekly, not exultingly, bracket close, informs them that he has got a message from God, full stop. Secondly, he tells them that it is in a message of mercy. He tells them that it is a message of mercy, even in his warning. Yes. Mm. Comma, though in their arrogance, the mercy may be hidden from them. Yes, even today, you'll be treated with mercy from God, but it's hidden from us because our eyes are closed, our mental capacity is blocked, and our ears closed again, closed as well. And we don't see the mercy of God on us. Okay. Uh, it's a one, though in their arrogance the mercy may be hidden from them. Yes. Thirdly, he tells them plainly that there can be no compulsion in religion. La ikrahu fi dini. No compulsion in religion. But will they not accept with goodwill what is for their own benefit? It's a question. He pleads with them as one of their own. We'll go further to see what happens when they are still arrogant, and oppose him, and even fought him. Mm. Okay. Uh, that was commentary to 28. We now go to 29. Psalm 29. Oh, the language of the prophets are all the same. From Nuh down to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, let's go there. ويا قومي لا أسألك لا أسألكم ويا قومي لا أسألكم عليه مالا لا أسألكم عليه مالا. O my people, I ask thee for no wealth. I ask thee for no wealth. Malan, no wealth. In 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 ajzia illa ala Allah. My return, my return, my reward is from none but God. My return, my reward is from none but God. In ajziya illa ala Allah. In ajziya illa ala Allah. My return, my reward is from none but God. Uh, ala Allah. Wama ana bitarid. Wama ana bitaridin allazina amanu. Wama ana bitaridin allazina amanu. But I will not drive away in contempt those who believe. Yes. So the few who believed with Noah, he would not drive away in contempt. Where is it? Wama ana bitariji allazina amanu. Innahum mulaku rabihim. Innahum mulaku rabihim. They will meet their Lord. But I will not drive away in contempt those who believe, for verily they are to meet their Lord. For verily they are to meet their Lord. Rabihum, their Lord. Rabihum, their Lord. Walakinna, walakinna, walakinni arakum kauman najhaluna, to meet their Lord. And we see, and ye I see are the ignorant ones. Najhalina, shahala, najhalina, arrogance. And he Noah sees them as rather the ignorant ones. Walakin, however, arakum kauman ashhaluna. I see, and ye I see are the ignorant ones. Let's go to commentary for it, 1520. The fourth point in Noah's address meets the accusation that he was a liar, implying that he was serving some selfish end of his own. On the contrary, he says he seeks no reward, but will bear any insults they keep on him. Even the latest prophet, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have been told that he's not coming here for any reward. He's not preaching to people. He's not asking them to turn to God for any reward. So you see, it started even from the time of Noah. The prophets came, they didn't need any reward. They were only working for the sake of God, at the command of God. Okay. Here from them, but will bear any insults they heap on them. For he looks to God rather for he looks to God rather men. No, I think there is an error here. Rather than men. He looks to God rather than men. I think it's an error here. Let me note it down. Rather than, that's if I'm rather not making a mistake. rather than men. Fitly, if they insult the poor and needy who come to him in faith and think that he would send them away in order to attract the great ones of the land, he tells them plainly that they are mistaken. Full stop. In fact, into brackets, sifly, in fact, comma, sifly, sifly. Mm. He has no hesitation in telling the blunt truth that they are the ignorant ones and not the poor who came to him, who came to seek God's truth. So the more powerful of them were ridiculing the poor who came to him to heed to his advice. Mm. And he's telling them that they are rather the ignorant ones, not the weaker ones who came to him for advice. I mean, to him, Noah, Prophet Noah, for advice. Mm. Who came in, who came to seek God's guidance. We go to sign uh, 30, sign 30. ويا قومي من ينصرني من الله إن تردتم إن تردتهم ما ويا قومي من أنصرني من الله إن تردتهم. And oh, my people, my Yaakov, who would help me against God if I drove them away? Man yansuruni min Allahi interruptuhum. If I drive them away, interruptuhum. Afala tazakurun. Afala tazakarun. Will ye not then take heed? Afala tazakurun. Will you not then take heed? So you see, will you not take it? Will you not take it? Will you not take it? Is there beckoning the prophets beckoning their people to listen to them, to take heed from them. It will come to an end. To come to an end when the flood comes to them with fury. The waters. When the waters come to them with fury from up and from underground. Okay. We go to, have we done 21? Psalm 1121. No, we haven't done it. Psalm 1121. 1122, did you do it? Did we do 220? Who came to seek Allah? Yeah, we've done it. So 1521. 1521 to 1 to sign 33. We're going to note 1521 to note to ayah to sign 30. To sign 30. But seventhly, so many points. But seventhly, again, he pleased. He pleased with as much earnestness as ever that he is one of themselves and just doing his truest duty and just doing his truest duty. Would they have him do less? Would they have him do less? Indeed, would they not themselves see the truth and come into the goodly company of believers. We go to Psalm 31. We go to Psalm 31. Wala akalu. Sorry, wala akulu lakum indi hazainu. Indi inni hazainu lahi. Wama akulu lakum inni hazainu lahi. I tell you not that with me are the treasures of God. Ha, hazainu lahi. Treasures of God. I tell you not that with me are the treasures of God. Wala alam al-ghaibi. Wala alam al-ghaibi. Wala akulu inni malakun. Treasures. Oh, treasures of God. Nor do I know la alam what is hidden. Al-ghaibi. Wala alam. Do I know al-ghaibi? Yes, wala alam al-ghaibi. Wala alam al-ghaibi. Sorry, wala alam al-ghaiba. It's not al-ghaiba. Wala alam al-ghaiba. Nor do I know what is hidden, nor claim to be an angel. Molokum. Nor claim to be an angel. Molokum. Wala alam al-ghaiba. Wala akulu inni mulukun. And I'm not saying that I am an angel. Wala akulu lezina tazaduri allazina tasdariya. Wala akulu lillazina tasdariya ayunukum. Hidden, nor claim I to be an angel, nor yet do I say of those who your eyes do despise, that God will not grant them, that is good, that God will not grant them all what is good. Lazina tazariya ayunikum lam yu'tihum Allahu khairan. La yu'tihum Allahu khairan. That God will not grant them that which is good. Khairan. That God will not grant them all into brackets, that is good. Oh. Yeah. Allahu a'lam bima fi anfusikum. Wallahu ya'lam bima fi anfusihim. Allahu a'lam bima fi anfusihim. God knows what is in their souls. God knoweth best what is in their souls. Inni izan lamin al-zalimin. I should, if I did, indeed be a wrongdoer. If he did tell them that he knows what is in their souls, he's a wrongdoer. Wala akulu allazina tazdariya alaykum No, ayunukum. Lan yuwati. Lan yuti. Lan yuti hum Allahu khairan. Allahu alam ma fi anfusihum ma fi anfusihim inni izan lamina zalimin. He will be of the wrong way if he says he knows what is in their souls. He doesn't know. Or let's say he didn't know. Mm. Neither did Muhammad know. No, any of the prophets. Only God himself knows. Mm. Okay. Sign 1524. We do 1523. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to 1521 and 23. I think we did 1521. Huh? But seventhly again, he pleased with us much earnestness as ever, but he is that he is one of themselves, and just doing his truest duty. We've done it. Mm. We go to sign 1522 to 30 to 30 to 31, 1522 to 31, and then 1523 to the same 31. Mm. The eighth point that Noah urges is that he is not mere vulgar soothsayer, pretending to reveal secrets not worth knowing. Pretending to reveal secrets not worth knowing, but an angel, an angel living in another world with no ties to them. He is their real well wisher, delivering a true message from God. From God. I think that's it. Let's go back to the last phrase. Uh, vulgar soothsayer, pretending to reveal secrets not worth knowing. So it's not all secrets that we should know. There are secrets, if we know, it won't help us. Not at all. Some secrets, if you're to know, it will rather harm you. Supposing you were to know your daughter will die in the next 3 days, of what help would it do to you? Or your husband would die in the next 2 3 days. Of what help would it do to you? It will rather harm you. You might kill yourself. You might kill yourself. You might not eat. But God will let you eat and laugh to your fill. Then all of a sudden, by the time, it takes away the soul of your partner. So it's not all secrets that are worth knowing. All right. Uh, then we go to 1523 to sign 31. It refers us to Surah 6, sign 60, and the note of it, and the note to read, and that is note 867. That is note 867. We go to 15. I will finish. We go to 1524. 1524. That's seems to sign 31. And what does it say? 1524. But Noah will not close his argument without defending the men of faith, whom the chiefs despise because they are lacking in worldly goods. Of course, today it's happening. We those who lack in worldly goods, where this in worldly goods are despised by the more endowed with treasures. Do anything. When those people are talking and you talk, they all keep quiet and look at each other. Who are you also talking? What do you have? You don't have anything. Man, shut up. That's what they say in their minds. Sometimes they laugh sarcastically behind your back. Mm. But Noah will not close his argument without defending the men of faith, whom the chiefs despise because they are lacking in worldly goods. Full stop. He tells them plainly that God perhaps sees in them something in which they, the arrogant ones, are lacking. Full stop. Their spiritual faculties can only be appreciated truly by Him, to whom all the secrets of the Spirit are open. That's to God. But he, Noah, must declare boldly his own faith. And this is the and this is the ninth point in the argument. So 9 points in the arguments that can be deduced from the argument of the prophet Noah. I don't know if that's all. We'll still go to the 10th one. Hmm? Okay, that's 1524 to verse 31. We now go to verse sign 32. Hmm. Kalu ya Nuhu, kat kat jadul kat jadalna kat jadaltna wakala ya Nuha la Nuhu kat jadaltuna fa aktartu fa aktartu jidalana fa aktarkum fa aktartu fa aktarta jadalana fa ataina bima ta'duna in kunta minal sadiqin. So here again they are calling for what they don't know is bad for them. Hmm? Okay. They said, "O Noah, thou hast disputed with us. Kala ya kome. Kadja deltana, you have disputed with us. Uh, into brackets, much. You have disputed with us much. Huh? Hast thou prolonged the dispute with us? Has disputed with us. Sorry. They said, "O Noah, O Noah, you have disputed with us, and much in brackets, and much hast thou prolonged the dispute with us. Now bring upon us what you are threatening with us, if thou speakest the truth. In kunta sadikina, if you are speaking the truth, you should bring about the threats. You should bring upon them what he, Noah, threatened them with. Evil indeed. They don't know. Hmm? They don't know they were engulfed by floods. That's why we say sometimes you don't have to know all secrets. They will not help you. If they were to know that this would happen to them, they wouldn't have asked for it. They would rather prayed. They would rather have prayed to prevent it from happening. Hmm? Now bring upon us what thou threatened us with, if thou speakest the truth. In kunta mina sadikin. 1525 commentary. To Noah's address, the worldly chiefs give a characteristic reply. In its aggressive spirit, it is a very antithesis. It is the very antithesis of the antithesis is spelled ANTI, then THESIS, antithesis. It is the very antithesis of gentle remonstrances of Noah, because he had gently and patiently argued with them. They impatiently accused him of disputing with them, and prolonging the dispute. So somebody comes to call you to God, and you are accusing him of disputing with them unnecessarily long for an unnecessarily long period of time, hmm, and prolonging the dispute. They are unable to deal with their points, so they arrogantly throw out their challenge, comma, which is which is a compound of the which is a compound of the hectoring innocence, sorry, of the hectoring insolence and reasoning skepticism and biting irony. You foretell disaster to us if you don't mend our ways. Let us see you bring it on. Oh my God. Hmm? Let us see you bring on the disaster. Hmm? The disaster that you foretell that will come upon us. Let us see it. Hmm? You foretell disaster upon us if we don't mend. Let us see you bring it on. Now. Now. Not any time later. Immediately. Oh my God. And they don't realize that God only gives inspiration at his own time and will and venue. They don't see it. Hmm? Now, if you please, or shall we have to call you a liar? In other words, if they didn't see the disaster coming immediately, then they will have to call him a liar. But they will wait and see later. Okay, that was 1525. 1525. We now go of to to sign 32. We now go to sign 33. Uh, he said, sorry, Kala, inama yatikum bihi Allahu, insha'a, insha'a, wama antum bimujizin, wama antum bimujizin. Noah said, truly, God will bring it unto you if he wills, insha'a. If he wills, inshallah. And then he will not be able to frustrate. And then ye, and then ye will not be able to frustrate it. They can't stop it. They can't do anything to stop it or avert it or, change it, to frustrate it. That's when the punishment comes. 1526. 1526. To the blasphemous. To the blasphemous challenge addressed to Noah, his only answer could be, I never claimed that I could punish you. Yes. Or, sorry, all punishment is in the hands of God, and he knows best when his punishment will descend. Yes. He senses at his own time, at same venue and place. He knows best when his punishment will descend on them, God's punishment. But this I can tell you, his punishment is sure if you do not repent. And when it comes, you will not be able to ward it off. You will not be able to ward it off. Ward, W-A-R-D. When the punishment of God comes, nobody will be able to ward it off. Oh, I'm not opening a page. Okay, we go to sign 34. Sign 34. ولا ينفعكم نس ولا ينفعكم نسهية ولا ننفعكم نسيا إن أردت an an ansaha lakum in kana in kana Allah in kana Allah yuridu in kana Allah yuridu an yukawi an yakwiyakum an yukwiyakum in kana Allah yuridu an yukwiyakum. Of no profit will be my counsel to you, much as I desire to give you good counsel, good in inverted commas. If it be that God willeth to leave you astray, he is your Lord, and to him will ye return. And la yuridu an yukwiyakum, to lead you away. Huwa Rabbakum, he is your Lord. Wa ilayhim turja'un, and to him you will return. That's Psalm 34, and there is a commentary to read 1527. 1527. But Noah's heart bleeds for his people. They are preparing their own undoing. All his efforts are to be vain. Exclamation mark. Obstinate as they are, God's grace must be withdrawn. And then who can help them? Nobody. And then who can help them? And what use is their counsel? And what use? And what use is any counsel? There's no use. It's of no use. All the counsel Noah was giving them was of no use. And what use is any counsel? But again, he will try to remind them of their Lord and turn their face to him. Full stop. For their ultimate return to his judgment seat is certain. For their ultimate return to their judgments to his God's judgment seat is certain. To answer for their conduct is certain. They would return to answer for their conduct. We'll go to the last sign of the section, that's section 3, and it's sign 35. Am yakuluna, iftarahu. Or do they say he has forged it? Yes. Huh? Almost all of them have been accused of forgery of God's message. Am yakuluna iftarahu. Am yakuluna iftarahu. Or do they say he has forged it? Kul in iftaraytuhu فعلي فعلي إش فعلي إشرا فعلي إجرمي. Say, if it had forged it, to me were my sin. Kul in iftirahu فعلي إجرمي وأنا بريء وأنا بريء مما تجرمون. أنا بريء مما تجرمون. Say, if I had forged it on me were my sin. Say, if I had forged it, on me were my sin, and I am free in a bariyun of the sins of which ye are guilty. Wa ana bariyun mimma tashrimun, of the sins you are guilty of. And there is commented to read 1528. 1528. The fine narrative of dramatic power is here interrupted by a verse which shows that the story of Noah is also a parable for the time and the ministry of Muhammad the prophet. Full stop. The wonderful force and aptness of the story cannot be denied. Full stop. The enemy therefore turns and says, "Oh, but you invented it." But you invented it. Semicolon. The answer is no. exclamation mark. Sorry, the former one was, the previous one was also exclamation mark. They invented the exclamation mark. The answer is no, exclamation mark. Hmm? But it is God's own truth. Full exclamation mark again. You may be accustomed to dealing in falsehoods. They may be accustomed to dealing with falsehood, but I protest that I am free from such falsehood. Bariyun. Mima, what I put the Bariyun. Mima touch remove. I am uh, I am free from your sins. The place of this verse here corresponds to the place of verse 49 at the end of the next section, which we are yet to get to. So we have finished section 3 of Surah to Nuh, the 11th chapter of the Holy Quran. When we come back, God willing, we shall go to section 4. Thank you very much. Illa laka'i. Bye bye. Au revoir.